And we are here inside the brand new, it's going to be the San Bernardino County Fire Station 32 here in Needles, California. And it's a wonderful day. A nice ribbon cutting was held. And tell us a little bit about this, of course, about the fire station, as well as, and you mentioned about the schools and the things like that. But we have a lot of people that want to become firefighters and want to know a lot about what's the schools, on the school side, what's going on with that. So let's start with the fire department, talking about this new fire station first, and then we'll...
Well, this is about 6,000 square feet. It's it replaces a facility that many of you are probably familiar with downtown, about 50 years old. And this is really going to take us for the next 50 years. And that's really what it's designed to do, is provide services for 50 years and serve the community, not just the city of Needles, but also the county and incorporated area out along the river, and then the highways that connect Needles to the county and the state of Arizona.
Now, what's some of the new features of this new fire station that's different from the other fire station down in downtown Needles, California?
Well, probably the biggest difference is we have dorms. We're looking for a diverse workforce, including women, and it's hard to tell people or convince people that you're serious about getting women on the fire service when they're rooming in a big dorm with all the guys. And so really what we've done on all our new facilities is have separate dorms so that you can have some privacy. We can attract people that might not be comfortable rooming like a college dorm room, and that's probably the biggest difference is those individual dorms.
Now, the other thing, how about any high-tech stuff that'll help both for the public safety and that's anything that's going to be new? Because of course we have new technology, and for the new firefighters, the newer upcoming, they want to have. They know all the high-tech stuff. What is here that'll both help the fire department but help provide service to the community?
Yeah, so you see this is pretty utilitarian rooms, very industrial type flooring, very utilitarian kitchen. So I wouldn't say that this is so much high tech as it is the tools they're using on the fire engine. Whether it's tablets for their CAD connection or their computer automated dispatch, their report writing is all electronic based now as well, and then some of the access to building plans and that kind of thing.
Now, if you don't mind, I have a couple questions for you, and I wanted to do a tour. That'd be a good idea to walk through, and we'll have some more questions. The school side of it. There's future firefighters out there, and they want to get into the fire department. And that first thing is this new fire station on the school side. You mentioned a couple things during the presentation. Tell us a little bit about how this new fire station is going to help, even for the new firefighters who are wanting to come and check and serve their community or help and save lives too.
Well, first, it's great to be out here in the community of Needles. This is a terrific community and celebrate this grand opening for our firefighters. But from a school perspective, what we see in all of our school districts, we have 33 school districts in San Bernardino County, and there is a huge emphasis on college and career readiness. And so as I'm invited often to career fairs and college fairs for schools, we have strong participation from law enforcement, from firefighters that talk about careers in firefighting and associated careers like paramedics and health. And the students are always fascinated and so much respect the firefighters in our county because they're able to explain what they do and the importance of their work in protecting their communities. And so to have a station like this and have an opportunity to have those relationships with the school districts to show students what these careers are like provides a great opportunity for our students to move forward in that career. The other thing is that STEM is such an important part of education, and to tie in the relevance of this industry to the STEM courses, especially math and science, is a huge opportunity for students to engage in those areas and be successful in the careers they're choosing.
Is there anything being done locally for the students here in Needles, California, to get them to become new firefighters so they can help and save lives and protect us from those dreaded brush fires that, of course, this year has been a wild one?
Yes, Dr. McNeil is doing a great job at incorporating more career pathways in the program at Needles, including areas like firefighting, but health and IT and other areas. She's talking about a pharmacy program that she's trying to incorporate. So as those get developed with the staff, then those are going to be opportunities for students to pursue once they finish the program at Needles.
And I think it's safe to say that the superintendent will have many students from the local community coming through here and taking tours around the station, and then talking about how you might use math to figure out a friction loss formula so you know the right amount of water that gets through a hose line into a structure or onto vegetation or onto a vehicle. And so we're working better today than we ever have with the school districts throughout the county to figure out how we can not only really expose them, but then perhaps even educate them a bit on what it takes to do this.
Now I want to ask both of you, is there going to be at this facility maybe like an Explorer program, something locally here, or even a place for anybody who wants to be a firefighter to be able to have a place here to do some sort of training, and even is there a way of that happening here?
Yeah, typically the Explorer programs are in partnership through the school district. I have to check with Chief Marshall to see exactly what the status is of the Explorer program here, but basically wherever there's a willing school student population, we open up an Explorer program. It's a great opportunity, like you said.
For the young viewers out there, of course, we have a lot of those, and they want to become, firefighter. Of course, they're in school and everything. What do you want to tell them?
Oh, I would just tell them to have the opportunity to talk to a firefighter and ask how he or she went through how they got to their profession, and to get advice and recommendations from them. Because when young people talk to professionals, they always come away with valuable insight and guidance. And that's what our students tell us. We have a countywide student advisory group, and what they say over and over again, the more positive connections they have with adults, and especially professionals, the more they come away with ideas on how to move forward with their own careers.
I thank you. Speaking of Zach News, now I want to ask you, okay, we're in what is this area?
This is the kitchen. It's a very basic kitchen, refrigerator. This is what we call the day room. So this is after or in between calls. They might come in here. This is where they would study. They might watch the news at night, catch up on any, typically have a video monitor in here, and we'll do video training.
Okay.
Obviously over here we have...
Let's walk through and then we'll show you. Hi guys, how you doing? So what's this?
This is just the reception area, so this is where the public is greeted.
Wow, this is where, like, if the public wants to come in and ask, they'll be able to go through here.
Whether they were asking about burning restrictions or plans, you have the captain's office here. So this is the officer in charge for the day. It's actually out of this here. You have out there you have the apparatus bay. This is just a long hallway. We have some storage here on the sides. We have a washroom.
Okay, and these are new washers, and of course I know because a lot of with the fires you have to have. So these are now. Is this for the like uniforms or for the?
Actually, yes. We use it. We have separate ones, and you'll see that out in the day.
I'll talk to you.
Are you sure? Hang on. No, hang on. Just all right.
There are a lot of people.
Yeah. Then you have a bathroom here. You have the.
Now is a co-ed or just separate bathroom?
This is typically both used for the public. They would come straight back through here, and then they would also have a separate private bathroom if we had a female on our crew.
This was one of the.
Very similar. Yeah, you can see these are pretty much the same. This is their typical dorm right here.
Wow.
No frills, but. Each firefighter will have each firefighter assigned to each shift will have a locker. And
how many can fit in this particular room?
This is going to be 3 people here.
Three people in here?
One person per shift.
Oh, wow, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
But they'll hot bunk, so the next person coming in and relieving them will take over for that.
So there's another one over here?
Engineer. Yep.
What's in here? This is like this
is just kind of a locker room storage area, yeah.
Oh, wow. And they have these lights, things sticking on the wall. They like little lights or something, or lamps right here?
Yeah.
And this, I'm guessing, and this is another one of the rooms, and I'm guessing this is where the...
This is a workout facility, so we'll have typical bicycle, we'll have a treadmill in here for the firefighters to stay in shape.
Now, I want to go back to outside the front, of course, shows the front, but then you have the back area. This is different than what you guys had before, because before you guys didn't have much of a back outside area. It's more of an open area, so you didn't really able to keep equipment in and clothes and everything. So this is the new...
Plenty of room now for plenty of equipment instead of it sitting outside, as you mentioned. Yeah.
Now, I noticed something new that's not at the other fire station. These, what do you call it? They're the orange, not orange, the yellow things coming off the ground.
It's an exhaust fan. So the studies have shown us that leading carcinogen affecting firefighters, but anybody around heavy equipment is the diesel exhaust. So this actually hooks up to the tailpipe, and all the exhaust It disconnects when it gets outside, and all the exhaust is pumped to the outside.
Now let's go outside and show you the last part of it. Is this nice outside area here? You guys have now a storage area. You also have a bunch of I don't know if that's for like maybe salmon, because we're already in the storm season, close to the storm season. But you have a storage area and all that.
Yep. Yeah. This is just a storage building in the back, so we can put all of the extrication and rescue equipment that we have as spare. We have a place for it as well.
Now, how many trucks will be here? We have 2 so far over here, but is there any more
We'll have
that's
a
going to be
brush
coming in?
patrol, a water tender, and a fire engine. Typically a brush engine, so we have spots for 4, and we have we'll have all 4 inside.
Is there, like, if the city grows or there's more growth in the area, is there room to expand and add more fire trucks here if that's a need that comes up?
Yeah, well, we have room for 4 here,
Yeah,
so
that's
we can,
good.
if we were to move up, and occasionally, as you know, with some of the large incidents we've had out here in the river bottom,
Mm-hmm.
we'll move out bulldozers and hand crews, and so we'll stage them out here, but we wouldn't have any room inside probably.
Any high-tech stuff? I know that during one of the fires here in town, we noticed you guys have these tablets now that are going to be keeping, like, they not only find where all the fire crews are, but it helps out with the incidents in that. Any, like, new technology like that you want to tell our viewers? Because that's a good thing to let them know to help.
All tablet-based and electronic-based technology for both patient care reports and as well as incident reporting. It's all done web-based now, yeah, it used to be kind of fancy. Now that's not fancy at all. Everybody expects that.
Final questions here. Do you think this is going to address any of the issues with the fire response that people had before in the community?
Well, there's, as you heard, there's 1,100 calls, and so typically we wouldn't build a station for 1,100 calls, but because of its remote location, we need one out here because we don't have anything else out here. But with that, you have 1 crew, and you have a very, very large area, so it's just that's just the law of time, right? If you have a fire right next door here, they get a really fast response time, and if they're 10 miles away, they get a little bit longer response time. But they do what they can with what they have, and we work closely with the city. Sometimes we'll staff up when we have a fire a hazard or fire weather, but for the most part, it's 3 people. And they're going to get there when they get there. Of course, again, as you know, we work closely with Baker Ambulance here out of Needles, and we put a paramedic on our engine company.
And not just that, you also have the mutual aid thing we've been seeing a lot of, and that's a good thing. Response. What about now the last question, which everybody's asking? How this will affect with the fire excitation situation?
The annexation?
Yes.
Well, it's. I was just talking with the city earlier. Functionally, it's no different. Organizationally and from a bookkeeping side, it's a change. But we had 1 station here before the city annexed. We have 1 station here now, so it's really about the same.
Any changes with services? Nothing's going to be affected with this new change.
No, everything's going well. I think we added over the last 5 years that I've been here, we added a full-time firefighter paramedic. So we have a paramedic service off the fire engine, which, like I said, really helps if the ambulance is busy or vice versa.
That's good.
That's been great too.
And you want to tell everybody that came out today and to the community before you go?
No, just it's great to be here. It's great to have the crews in here, but even better, it's great for you and the community to have a new station, because this is really your station. We keep the lights on and the coffee hot on the stove, but really this is your community fire station.
Oh, thank you for talking to Zach News.
Thank you.